channel. And when we go live, everybody needs to stand up and do the wave. No? Why not? I think that'd be hilarious. Oh, we're live now. Guess what? Come on, it's Jim's birthday. Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jim.
birthday, Jim.
Welcome to Tuesday, November 4th meeting. And, you know, Jim is the graduate of the class of 1974. That was the year. I looked up a few facts of the class of 1974, Jim, because I wanted to know how you became the man you are today. And the barcode was invented in 1974. And I know how technical you are. Richard Nixon resigned in 1974. And Happy Days debuted in 1974. Hank Aaron's home run record was in 1974. And Councilman Jim Bartlett graduated from Madison Consolidated High School in 1974. So happy birthday, Jimmy. Good to see you. Well, we have some great things on the agenda tonight, so let's get started. And like with all of our prior meetings, we'll invite you to stand and recite the Lord's Prayer, and followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Clerk, may we have a roll call, please?
Sure. Patrick Tevenow.
Here.
Carla Krebs.
Here.
Lucy DiTillo.
Here.
Josh Schaefer.
Here.
Joel Storm. Absent.
Absent. On
Jim
active
Bartlett.
Here.
And Josh Wilbur.
Here.
Council, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes from the prior meeting, October 21st? If so, motion to approve minutes.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We do not have any presentations of petitions or memorials. However, this would be a good time to note our condolences for the passing of Vice President Cheney. And you'll notice that beginning this afternoon for 10 days that our flags, as well as the flags across the country and the state of Indiana, will fly at half-staff. So our condolences, and if we could have just a moment of silence for the Vice President's passing. Thank you. Moving on, council is not here, Joe Jenner, so we will begin with the resolution 2025-16C, and this is a transfer between appropriation categories, transfers funds between categories within the MPD budget, and our clerk treasurer is going to walk us through that, as well as 2025-17C, which is another transfer between funds.
So did you want me to go ahead and read the resolution?
Yes, please
title?
go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
title.
resolution 2025-16C, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Madison, Indiana, transferring certain appropriations and revenue within the same fund. So what we're moving here are police part-time reserves. This is one of the accounts here is for payroll. You're looking at a 100 series account for 1101. And as you're going to see some more of these at the end of the year, we need to move some funds around from one appropriation line to another appropriation line. So that's going to move down into police department services. They're needing an additional $15,000 there, and they're going to pull it from the police department reserves. And I think Rick is here, that if you had any questions specific to what you needed the additional funds for, I'm sure he can help answer that question for you.
Good evening, Chief.
Good evening. Yeah, as Shirley said, it's just a transfer from the police part-time fund. Of course, we had an officer earlier in the year that was part-time, and he's since retired because of medical reasons, so had some extra funds there. Needs to go into the police department services. Basically, that's for miscellaneous supplies, gloves, drug test kits, things like that, vehicle repairs, or minor vehicle repairs. And then, of course, new officers, equipment and clothing, stuff like that. So,
That's going to be a common transfer, especially like I said, about this time of year. Everything starts to round out, and we'll see a few more of those before the year wraps up. But it's a common thing, common procedure to happen. We just need to put it in front of you with a resolution.
If we could have if there are no other questions, we have a motion to approve Resolution 2025-16C.
I'll move that we approve Resolution 2025-16C.
I'll second. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Any discussion? Comments or questions? Roll call.
Patrick Tevenot,
Yes.
Carla Krebs,
Yes.
Lucy DiTillo,
Yes.
Josh Schaefer,
Yes.
Jill Storms absent, Jim Bartlett,
Yes.
and Josh Wilbur.
Yes.
All right, Shirley, same thing with 2025-17C.
Sure, so 2025-17C, a resolution of the Common Council of City of Madison, Indiana, transferring certain appropriations and revenue between different funds. This is a transfer between Bethany Legacy Control Fund into Park Donation Fund. You guys will recall you've just opened up that Park Donation Fund a few months ago. That Park Donation Fund is literally what it reads. It's a donation fund. It's a little bit easier to spend money out of that so that if you need to move the funds in various places, unless somebody has donated for a specific purpose. What's happened with Bethany Legacy Control Fund, when money comes in, say for instance Hargan Matthews, they want to support Hargan Matthews Park, money comes in, we put it in a revenue line for Hargan Matthews, it gets spent out of Hargan Matthews. The $19,925.75 that we received from Bethany Legacy Fund was for reimbursement of expenses for admission and food that was given to low-income children at Crystal Beach Pool this year. So there's no way to reimburse things that have already been spent. We're going to go ahead and clear up some more of the Crystal Beach expenses, but then the remainder of the money, again, it's already been spent. It's going to drop into the Park Donation Fund, and it can be dispersed toward, according to the way that we've set up that Park Donation Fund. I have a copy of it here. Park donation funds contained in the account can be expended for parks and rec purposes only, but not limited to equipment purchases, supplies, marketing, programming, and things of that sort. So any lawful source, if there's additional funds, it's going to be able to catch some of those things up, and everything's going to be usable. I know it's a little wonky, but unfortunately, you can't tell in advance how many kids are going to make use of that service. You have to wait until the season's over. And Carla, if you want to jump in and explain anything, okay.
No other comments, we'll have a motion to approve 2025-17C, and then we'll see if there's any other comments.
I move we approve Resolution 25-17C.
I second the motion.
Any discussion? Comments or questions? Roll call.
Patrick Tevenot,
Yes.
Carla Krebs,
Yes.
Lucy DiTillo,
Yes.
Josh Schaefer,
Yes.
Jill Storms absent, Jim Bartlett,
Yes.
and Josh Wilbur.
Yes.
Thank you, Council. We do have 3 ordinances on first reading tonight. They are all amendments to interlocal agreements between the City of Madison, Jefferson County, and in 2 of the instances, it's with the town of Hanover. All 3 of our local governments have very extensive relationships where we partner together on a variety of things, and several of those partnerships are codified in interlocal agreements. That's the form of which we document our arrangements between municipalities. So we will introduce ordinance for the first reading, 2025-21, which is Interlocal Cooperation Agreement Amendment of Terms. And this is the between Madison and Jefferson County, and it reduces the sharing percentage of the city's public safety local income tax from 50% to 41%, and codifies Jefferson County's contribution to Crystal Beach that they made when we were constructing the pool. That's on first reading. We can open it up for discussion. Council, any comments or questions from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move, that'll move to second reading. Next up is ordinance 25-22. And this is the interlocal agreement with Jefferson County. Oh, I'm sorry, 2025-22. Interlocal agreement regarding emergency community services. This is for the 911 Central Dispatch Services, and it is a interlocal agreement between Madison, Hanover, and Jefferson County. It reconstitutes the advisory board from 5 elected officials to 7 members, 4 of which are elected officials, and the majority of which are required to be local law enforcement. This is to comply with state and federal law. Just a little background on this. This came about with an audit of our 911 dispatch services, and the recommendations were, for compliance with the audit, was to restructure the board. And essentially what it does is it removes a city council appointment and a county council appointment, and it replaces them with police officers. And now of the 7-member board, 5 of them would be from law enforcement. And the board composition will be the county commissioner, the county sheriff, the mayor of the city, the chief of the Madison Police Department, a town board member, the chief of the Hanover Police Department, and a county deputy appointed by the sheriff. That was the proposed recommendation to bring it in compliance with state and federal law. Nothing else changed about the agreement. We're still on first reading. Council, any questions? Comments or questions from the audience? Move on. That'll go to second reading.
Mayor, one question on
Oh,
that.
yes.
For the final member of the board, was there any discussion with the county about having a fire or EMS rep as a member of the board?
They have to be from law enforcement.
Has to be law
Has to
enforcement
be
for
law
the state?
enforcement.
Okay.
Yes. Moving on, we have our third ordinance of the evening on first reading. This is ordinance 2025-23, and it's an interlocal agreement regarding the Jefferson County Animal Shelter. This is an agreement between Madison, Hanover, and Jefferson County. It reconstitutes the advisory board from 6 members appointed by certain individuals to a 4-member advisory board consisting of 3 elected officials and a veterinarian advisor. A little bit of background on this. I believe that this advisory board was first created about 20 years ago. Did not have any significant changes until the county dissolved that advisory board about 3 years ago. And then over the course of the past year, we've been working on the new structure. And there is some financial obligations in there that we have appropriated in our budget. Same thing with Hanover and Jefferson County. And it primarily establishes how the shelter is going to be governed with the 3 elected officials and a veterinarian advisor. And this is on first reading. It'll go to second reading. Council, any questions? Comments or questions from the audience? We'll talk again at the second reading. If there's any comments or questions from the audience, please come to the podium and name and address, please. There we go.
Okay, yes, Laramie King, 521 Miles Ridge Road, Madison, Indiana. Why are you putting the board back together since it failed 3 years ago? What's changing?
When we're financially contributing, there's normally some form of governance and oversight by each of the municipalities, and that's been lacking. And so ever since that other board was dissolved, and it was a different composition, it was different appointments made by the elected officials rather than the elected officials themselves. And so to simplify it, but also bring that form of governance back, the board was, again, now the board is just the mayor, just a commissioner, just a town board member, and a veterinarian appointment that the 3 of us would decide on, who's working closely with the day-to-day operations of the shelter operator. So it's intended to bring back that governance, but still allow the shelter to operate, and the shelter operator will be a county employee. So smaller, different membership, and all of us that have financial contributions toward the shelter will have a voice in it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Army. Okay, and moving on, if there's nothing else on those ordinances, those will go to second reading. Under reports, recommendations, and other business, council, do you have anything to add? If not, I'll just mention that I do have one reappointment of a tree board member, Jeff Matheny. He would be serving his second term on the tree board. Good membership, good member there. I have several other appointments I need to make before the end of the year, and his term will go to the end of 12/31/27. So would like a motion to approve the mayor's recommendation to the tree board for the reappointment of Jeff Matheny.
I'll move that we approve his appointment.
I'll second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Comments or questions from anyone? Hearing none, vote.
Patrick Tivenow,
Yes.
Carla Krebs,
Yes.
Lucy DiTillo,
Yes.
Josh Schaefer,
Yes.
Joel Storm's absent, Jim Bartlett,
Yes.
Josh Wilbur.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on, report of city officials, we thought that to be a good time for Tony Steinhardt, our Director of Economic Development, Deputy Mayor, to give an update on Main Street, since it's coming along so well.
Yeah, good evening. It's a great time to be talking today, councilors, about our Main Street. We are entering the final stretch, as just in the nick of time as the weather turns cold. We've had some overnight temperatures that have delayed a couple days for asphalt and striping, but temperatures are warming this week, so we're excited. We should have all the asphalt finished in the next day and a half. Striping has begun, and you'll notice a lot of white marks up and down Main Street that are the temporary striping for the machines. This is thermoplastic. This is the top of the line striping material that you can have going down on Main Street in the new sections that we have striped all the way from Mill to St. Michael's. I would remind you that it also includes traffic calming on the east end from Jefferson to St. Michael's. There will be a new traffic pattern in that east end. We will be shifting traffic immediately in front of the courthouse into one lane from Walnut going forward. And that's hopefully going to alleviate some congestion and some opportunities for speeders to try to beat each other into the single lane there at St. Michael's. So we hope that helps with the West End and the residents. We did have a number of public meetings on that, and hopefully that the East End will work. Yeah. The other thing I would mention is the landscaping and street lights should be installed and complete by Thanksgiving, just in time for Light Up Madison. Our hope is that most of the work will be done by the 14th, but given the delay and some rain coming soon, I expect that most of Main Street will be done by Thanksgiving, and certainly Broadway Street will be ready for Light Up Madison at Thanksgiving. The West End, if you've been on the West End lately, there's lots of activity there too. Street lights have begun to be put in and bored into place, and if all goes well, around December 5th or shortly thereafter, Santa may make an early arrival with some wreaths to, for the first time, I think, welcome visitors and residents on the west end of town into the holiday spirit. So we're excited about that first phase of some West End improvements. There'll be additional improvements next spring as the season turns and we get ready for spring construction season with sidewalks and connectivity. I'm happy to answer any questions if there
Trail
are.
project?
I can update you on the trail project too. It's going along extremely well. All the rock wall systems have been installed or will be installed this week and be complete. We hope, and they are still hoping, if temperatures work well here over the next 3 weeks, to get the base coat down on all the trail that has the gravel. So basically from the viaduct all the way up to Clifty Falls State Park. So cross your fingers if we can get the base down. That'll put them right on schedule for this fall, and we're looking for a spring completion. We're working with the contractor, talked to him today to try to make sure that we do keep Heritage Trail open over the creek so that people can enjoy that trail system over the next few months while we have the winter months, because we know there's several good days scattered throughout there that people enjoy that. So we're going to try to maintain access. Any other questions? Any questions from the council?
So we're going to do a press, some form of press when we confirm on the trail that what part's going to be open.
Yeah, we'll work with that as soon as we get more timing on the pavement. They believe we can open up a partial part of the trail with some temporary safety fencing over the creek so that people can
Coming
enjoy
down to
the
the
trail.
wire, we've got a couple days of good weather left, and we're going to use every minute of it.
We're going to need every minute, I think. But you'll notice striping's going down as we speak. Right out in front of City Hall, you'll see.
And that striping will be able to be seen in the pouring rain.
I can tell you that it is the best striping that money can buy.
Okay.
How's that?
It's
the same
on
striping
record, Tony Steinhardt said you'll be able to see the striping when you drive in the rain.
I did not say that, but it's the same striping that the state uses on the interstate system. So we are getting the nice stuff. Nice stuff.
Thank you.
Yes.
With the East End traffic calming, have there been any discussions with NDOT on timing those lights at Walnut and Jefferson to try to work with the new traffic pattern there? Because I hope it's not going to end up with like a big traffic jam between Jefferson and Walnut.
Yeah, I think that it's sort of a wait and see. We've been talking about some traffic light adjustments up and down from Mill to St. Michael's, and we'll just have to work through that here over the next few weeks. But those are able to be timed, and we can work with them to do that.
Okay, thank you.
It's going to be a good safety measure all through Main Street. Thank you, Tony. Moving on. Is there any public comment? Okay. I just have a couple of things, which is...
I'm sorry, hold on just a second.
What's that?
He didn't get here in time to sign in. Is it going to be brief? I'm just kidding. Come on up. Please state your name and your address before you begin.
Sorry about that. I got a bad ankle there. Donald Schaefer, 320 East 2nd Street, Madison. I'm going to pass out something to everybody.
From what I sent you earlier? Sorry, I did not. My apologies. You're welcome. Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for reaching out, because it sort of changes the complexion a little bit, but I want to ask the City Council and everybody to consider something different here. The way we were treated by Dewey, the code enforcement officer, you see we got a notice. We had 5 days to comply or else. Well, we didn't get the notice till the 6th day, so apparently he drives by and thought we were ignoring him. And in that, the items were taken were hand tools and hardware and for the house. My situation is a little bit like down on the corner here. You see that big mess down there. Well, I sort of have that. I don't have much room, but I'm trying to remodel so we can sell. And but we got this notice and a fine, and now we got a lien. And as far as it's about like a search warrant, it's invalid. We had no chance. He already had his mind made up when we tried to talk to him. There was no talking to Dewey. So you got to rein in his conduct a little bit, because I think it's going to his head. As you can see, the letter's dated 22nd. I don't know why it took till the 25th to get postmarked in Indianapolis, but we get it on Monday, late in the afternoon, because we ran the mailman down. Well, we had to wait till he was done with his shift to get the letter, but that was on the 6th day, so there was no chance for us. And Dewey was not going to, try to work out anything. He said he works with folks. Well, I saw the worst example of that. And so hopefully y'all can get together with him, because I know there's people you have a hard time with. I want to get it done, and I've got some issues, health issues and things like that, and I want to try to get it before I can. for him in a wheelchair. I hope not, but I just wish that you could talk with him and just be a little more, we've lived here all our life. My wife, Teresa, George Cobb's daughter, Teresa has lived here, born down here at King's Daughters, and has always been here. And we're treated like second-rate citizens. He didn't care. And we also asked for an itemized statement. That's been back in August. To this date, we don't have that. So I don't know what he's running. And one thing about these fees, I've worked in construction all my life. I got houses up on the hilltop that I sold. One lady walked in where we were doing the wiring, and she's still there. It's from 91. And who come up with these fees for like this is outrageous. I mean, I got almost $700 for what amounted to was about area 2 or 3 of one of these. And, that's a little bit high. I don't think any of y'all would pay that if I come to your house and said, here's the bill for $1,000 for a pickup truck, because that's what's happened. And I don't know who's pricing that, how that's operating, but you need to really look into it, okay? That's all I'm asking.
Donnie,
be fair. And I'll
thank you
try
for being
to
here. We communicated a little bit. Donnie and I have been friends for probably 30 years.
Yeah.
So thanks
I've
for being
known
here.
him, good projects.
Absolutely. Let's work together with our
Okay.
building inspector on this matter.
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
Dewey was following a process, but that process has some flaws in it because
Yeah.
we don't control the pace of mail, but we are working to accelerate
Yeah.
the notification period so that you're not caught off guard. And there's a timing difference here. Sometimes we're showing up to do the work and the
Yeah.
letter hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah.
So we are working on some process improvements, but
That's good.
I've
I'll
got
get
your
with
number,
you.
you have my number. We'll work with the building inspector to resolve this.
Yeah. Also, another thing is working with people with disabilities. We have a lot of people we have them. Bob, I listed that on a text message to you.
Yep.
And for one, I have a rod implant. I can't move my ankle hardly. It goes up into the tibia because I lost my ankle. So that's sort of disappointing because construction's been my whole life, And but you need to work with people and have a notice maybe on the letterheads for ADA, because I would like to operate like a guy. I could be working down at the power plant today but went ahead and took retirement from the union and of course disability. But anyway, just if y'all can work on that about people with disabilities that live here, because it's
Yes.
quite a few of them, and it would help. And I appreciate your time.
All right, thank you. It's good
Okay.
seeing you. We'll follow up, okay?
Okay, I'll get with you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Any other public comments, Councilwoman? I was going to give a quick update, which is we've got 3 meetings left, if you can believe that. And we still have some policy development that we've been working on through the course of the year that we hope to still be able to present and introduce to you before the end of the year. On Monday, November the 10th, we'll have our food and beverage workshop with the chamber. Anna's nodding, correct? That's for the implementation of the food and beverage tax, which goes into effect January the 1st. And this weekend, Mad Hop, which I think is our last major music festival of the year. And then that'll be followed up in the following week with the Holiday Open House, which is part of what is driving our timetable for our Main Street construction project. And if you could draw your attention to the beautiful water tower over there, that is the City of Madison and Jefferson County's first, I think, pumpkin decorating contest that was voted on by the public. As you can see, we have some very creative people in our water department who we had some great entries both at the Jefferson County level and the City of Madison. And that one used to light up, but the lights disconnected for some reason. But we want to give hats off to our water department for their very creative water tower project. And that is it. Our next council meeting is Tuesday, November the 18th. Lots of fun things to do. We'll see you around town. Council, do you have anything to add?
I move that we adjourn.
I second the motion.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let's have a birthday party for Jim.